So I'll tell you what, the first thing is I've always said is policy is a big thing with this here. We got to have a policy on workplace violence. We will not tolerate any type of workplace violence, period, point blank. Um, if you work for any of the companies here at G11, stuff like that, we have a zero tolerance for workplace violence. Um, uh, if you argue, if you're disruptive in the workplace or something like that, that's cause for immediate termination. So the first thing is to have a policy, a zero tolerance policy on workplace violence. Confidential reporting procedures, that's another big one. A lot of people don't want to report if they feel like they're going to be ratted out. So you got to have some type of confidential reporting system, some type of email system, some type of anonymous phone call, or something like that. Environmental designs, secured entry points, and surveillance systems. So we've got to have some type of security in place, and we've got to have some type of monitoring, some type of camera system in place. Those are great indicators for that security officers is sitting behind the desk watching things, that some of the things that he may look out for. So we got to have those things in place. Well-lit parking lots and common areas. Workplace culture, encourage respect and communication. That's a big one. If you get it set from the start that we're not tolerating that here, it usually goes very far. Regular team building activities. A lot of places are getting more and more familiar with this. Team building activities, doing things as a group, becoming friends, sort of somewhat at work, right? So team building activities, a professional team building activities, okay? Detection techniques, recognizing warning signs, employees' observations. If you see something, say something. If you see something, say something, okay? Anonymous tip lines, we talked about that before. Monitoring unusual behavior patterns. And regular training to ensure employees know what to look for. If you see something, say something. We teach that in our active shooter training courses that we do also, and we also teach it in our workplace violence, because you may see something in the locker room that no one else has the opportunity to see, and it's only you, and then something happens and you're like, man, I seen this in the locker room. If you see something, say something.